All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It feels good to be back in this chair again. Um, Sorry for the mic. I'm just gonna move it closer, but then also try not to bump it for this stream. It's been a while since, we've done a stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, a video. I've been away, very busy, but I'm really excited to start streaming again and doing more of these album reacts. Today, by popular request, we are doing Loathe's most recent album. Yo, Matt, how are we? What's good? Welcome, guys. What's it called? Let me get it ready. Just gonna spam my own music for the time being, because why not? So yeah, we've had lots of requests for like different albums and stuff on the YouTube videos as well as on the streams. Hey Jaya, thanks for the like. Welcome, guys. Bring it in. We're just getting started and warmed up. I'll give it like 5 minutes before we get stuck into it. One of the most popular requests following the Sleep Token streams was Loathe, who I know that Sleep Token actually cover a song of theirs. So in the same format as what we did with Sleep Token, I'm going to start at their most recent album, and then we're going to move backwards through their discography. I might sprinkle in other like albums as we do more streams in the future. It'll just be one album per stream, so I can keep the videos nice and clear. From my understanding, this isn't Loathe's most popular album, but to me that just means I get to experience them for the first time, build up some hype, and then I think the next stream, which will be their previous album, I think is their most popular. So I'm like really keen for that, keen to be back. I want to apologize to everyone, by the way. I look really tired today, and it's because I am tired, but I am like well caffeinated, so we should be good to get through this. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I am streaming a bit later than I normally would. We normally do it like 12 hours from now for like a lot of the American audience, but here we are. So today's album is going to be The Things They Believe, which is my first ever time listening to Loathe. I have heard 2 songs, which were really heavy, but other than that, it's all pretty much brand new to me, so that's exciting. Hopefully the sound's all good and everything. So if you're new here and you're just joining, the format that I like to do these, because we take these recordings and we put them on YouTube later. I really like to listen to a song completely on mute, and then at the end of each song give my thoughts, all the while like taking notes on Notepad, which I haven't set up my Notepad scene. This is why we have warm-up period. But yeah, welcome, guys. We haven't started yet. We're going to be starting in like the next 5 or so minutes. Let me just get that Notepad situation sorted. Oh, my E key's kind of broken. This is going to be interesting. The Things They Believe. Oh my god, this E key. How is everyone? How are you all doing? I don't know what time it is for everybody, but it's pretty late for me. What's the first song called? It's called The Things They Believe, title track. I'll get this ready and then we'll get started, everyone. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Jeez, there's a lot of viewers already. That's crazy. Yeah, if you're new here, by the way, what you're hearing in your headphones right now is actually me. I make music, so if you kind of like this stuff, it's nothing like Loathe or Sleep Token. But yeah, check me out. My name's Saint Slime on all platforms. You can also just go to the link in my bio. We'll save the promotion for later. Okay, how do I add this? Window capture, notepad. Hey, that's really big. I don't know, is that big enough for you guys? On the TikTok stream? Where should I put it? We'll go there. Nice. So yeah, we're both vertical and landscape if you want to do the switcheroo thing. Get that bread. Yeah, welcome. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of viewers right now. What is going on? Welcome. We haven't even started yet. Yeah, okay, so I think that's everything. Can somebody in chat let me know if you can read on vertical, if you can read that notepad thing? That way you can see my thoughts while we're, you know, while we're talking. Hello, welcome. Jeez, so many people joining. This is crazy. We're gonna get started soon, okay? I promise. It's a lot of people. I'm gonna assume you can see it, and I imagine if someone can't see it, they'll just let me know in the chat. Can I make it so... I'm still new to this, guys. You're gonna have to work with me here. If I go chat, settings, we'll go new viewers, just so it's a little less like blah, blah. Okay, good. Awesome. I think I'm ready. If everyone else is. Ooh, I need to turn that off. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you, Christopher. What's good? I'm gonna turn alerts off simply because ooh, wow, that is loud. Simply because it'll interrupt the songs. It's a music focused stream, so you know, I'll just try and pay attention. We should be good now. Okay. Welcome. I guess let's get started. Or should we finish my song first? This is a damn good song. I think I know how this goes. And now you're up. It's a long song. We'll fade it out. Okay. I'm ready to start. Hi everybody. Welcome. This is gonna be Loathe's latest album called The Things That They Believe. Thank you so much everyone for like tuning in. Thank you for all the comments and the feedback that I've been getting on the YouTube videos. I think we hit 10K on one of the Sleep Token ones recently, which was just amazing. Every day, you know, it's really weird because YouTube comments are like notoriously bad, but I get a comment every day. I get an alert every day on those YouTube videos of just people saying really kind things. Just, yeah, really like bigging me up. So it's like, it's huge to me, and it's really helped me get through some rough times, which we've talked a lot about on this stream. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to be streaming much more regularly and posting YouTube videos much more regularly just because of the feedback. I really want to keep going. So yeah, okay, bring it in. Without any further ado, we're going to start with the first song, the title track, The Things They Believe. Okay, so that's clearly like a introduction tone setting type thing. Um, Not much to say because it is an introduction. I really like that sound of trickling water, so I'm hoping there's going to be some more water themes, kind of like with Sleep Token. And the guitar tone, it was just this drony sounding guitar, just like kind of wailing in the background. It's awesome. Welcome, Mish, by the way. How are you? Um, yeah, I considered maybe just going into the next song straight from it because it seems like it links up. So what I'll do is I'll go back, I'll play the last like 5 seconds of the last song, and we'll go straight into the next one. But yeah, not many thoughts. Just cool tone setter, I guess. Um, yeah. Okay. I guess this is the first song on the album, and it's called "Don't Get Hurt." Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what I'm listening to right now. I didn't do my research. I just took people's suggestion for Loathe. Is this an ambient noise album? Because I'm just gonna find that kind of difficult to review. If so, hey Kate, how are you by the way? Melbourne, Australia. Oh, welcome. What region? You don't have to give me specific because obviously you don't need to dox yourself. But okay. So just like the first song, hello. I only see your name as Pink Unicorn. What's good? Welcome. Yeah. No thoughts. Just more ambience distortion, like the sound of a distorted radio or like something like kind of out of tune, um, I guess let's just keep going because it's a little difficult to give more thoughts than that. It's intense though. It's really intense. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's do the next song, which is called "Do You." And then the song after that is Love in Real Time. So this next song is a 31-second song. And then I think it's going to be back to back. So we'll listen to them back to back. This is Do You Love in Real Time. Yeah, just call me Unicorn. How are you? I'm good. I haven't been in the streaming seat for a long time. Can I request a song? I will do song request streams in future, but we're doing like a whole album reaction right now because it's been requested a lot on my YouTube. I don't know if it's an ambient album. Let's find out. This is Do You and Love in Real Time. Okay, guys, so this is why it pays to do your research. So I just looked it up. This is. I do love a good ambient album. It's just not what I was prepared to review today. So I might have to break the format. I would love to review this once I know a little bit more about Loathe, but because this is their first like instrumental album, I don't think I'm gonna get like the proper introduction. This feels like something for the fans, so I might actually stop this, and we're gonna skip to the previous album, which also seems to be their most popular. So it's the one that's been most requested. So I'm super sorry. Trying to think about how I'm going to let people in the YouTube know. Okay, so hey, if you're just joining, we're doing Loathe's albums, but backwards, just like we did with Sleep Token. I might have to chop this up, but yeah. Turns out we're not going to start with their latest album because it's an instrumental album, and it's not going to be my good introduction. So we're actually going to skip that one and come back to it later. Today, in today's stream, and if you're watching on YouTube, today's video is going to instead be Loathe's third album, which is called I Let It In and It Took Everything. That's fair enough. They take a bit to unpack. That's what I was thinking, Carly Ann. Yeah, it's just not what I'm like prepared for today. If I'd have known, I probably could have got ready for it. But yeah, I'd like the introduction to be a bit more approachable, let's say. Okay, change of pace. We're shifting. We're going to start again. We're going to clear this. It's called I Let It In and It Took Everything. I don't want to hesitate anymore. Yeah, welcome back. Let's get into it. we're going to start with their first song on the album, starting again. And this song is called Theme. Okay, interesting. So, having the benefit of like hearing one or two songs off of that latest album, I'm liking these like rain themes, like the sound of rain, and also a door closing. It's like really kind of setting that sound, that stage of like you're like being invited in or intruding on a scene, on something that's happening. You're in the middle of a thing that's taking place, right? This album does have songs. I just checked on Spotify. Sweet, yeah, that's good. I have heard like one or two Loathe songs before, and I love them. Okay, not much more to add on that. I like the sound. I like the theme it's setting up. Let's get stuck into the next song, which is called Aggressive Evolution. Okay, that was okay. That was a hell of a track. I don't. Yeah, I put firmly on your keeps you firmly on your toes because what the hell? Like one, there was just sounds. I don't even know where they were coming from. It was just like guitars like feeding back as loud as possible and like through like crazy amounts of distortion. That track just like hopped like the way it would go from like extreme dissonance like wall of sound just like to like sudden breaks where it'd be like into like a soaring like clean bit. What the hell? It was groovy. It kind of gave me almost Deftones sort of vibes to it, and just like I think the sound of the vocals as well as like the groovy nature of it, definitely like heavier than most Deftones, but awesome. The sound of dissonance, by the way, was just crazy. Loved it. And much heavier than I expected. Much heavier than I expected. I didn't know what I expected with Loathe, but like that was actually insane. That was just yeah. I loved it. I really liked it. Like I really, really liked that song. That's immediately added to the re-listen. Hey Happy, thanks for the likes. Appreciate you. Welcome guys. Yeah, if you're new here, we're doing an album react. My first time ever listening to Loathe. This has come from like popular like streams I've done where like listening to Sleep Token for the first time. And a lot of people on the YouTube comments were like, "You've got to listen to Loathe." So far, I'm glad that I have. Hey man, hope all is well. I'm doing well to not get the R18 thing. I love the tattoos. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It definitely was a choice. It definitely was a choice. That was sick. I love that song. Yeah. I don't think I have anything more to add. Just dissonant, crazy walls of sound, distortion. The vocals were insane. Both the cleans and the screams were just so heavy. Kind of tickled that urge. Yeah. I hope you're well too, Happy Pills, by the way. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Welcome, Ubo. Okay, let's get on to the next song. So the next song is called Broken Vision Rhythm. Hope you're all doing well. Okay. 2 for 2, chat. 2 for 2. Are you kidding me? Uh-oh, did I kill it? I killed Spotify? No, we're good. Well, I don't know where to begin, dude. So they're really technical. Like, they're quite technical, and I love that. Like, just this constant drum switch ups, the constant groove switch ups, the little bass lick that was like in the middle of the song. By the way, Happy Pills, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. I don't talk during the songs just so we keep it, you know. The guitar feedback, that constant, like, just letting it shriek out. There was definitely like elements of hardcore music in there, you know, just like real like two-steppy moments where you could mosh to this. You could definitely mosh to this. Yeah, fast and thrashy. The switch up from that, I mean, the last song was fast, but that was like grinding pace, you know what I mean? Yeah, just awesome. I love it. So far we're 2 for 2. I get why people recommended these guys after Sleep Token, because I think it's like the same kind of like atmospheric intensity, you know? Yeah, that's how I'll put it. Atmospheric intensity. Okay, let's get on to the next song. That was sick. Loved it. Loved every second. If they can keep this up, holy hell! I totally see why this band is so beloved. Okay, this next song, which is the 4th on the album, is called Two-Way Mirror. Hope you're all enjoying the show. Hope you're having a good night, day, wherever you are. Let's get into it. Two-Way Mirror. Oh, okay. Holy hell. So I had to put, the first thing I put was, what genre is this band? Because to get those first two tracks, excluding the intro, and then to switch into this like almost drony, like melodic, like heavy ballad, but still a ballad sounding, you know, with the vocals are so gorgeous, and they're not up front either. They're like they kind of match that whole like because I said wall of sound, right? You're just getting like so many things. By the way, Vix, thank you very much for the likes. Appreciate you. Um, you're getting this like wall of sound, and the vocals aren't like it's not like there's a wall of sound and then the vocals are up front. The vocals are part of it, and they're kind of like a bit saturated or something as well, which I love. I can't really make out a lot of what he's saying or singing, um, which I guess is like a throwback to how I don't like to listen with the lyrics up because I'll end up reading it too much and then analyzing rather than just sort of taking it in. I like to read the lyrics after on like my second watch and stuff like that. But gorgeous vocals, the bass guitar being distorted as well. That do do do. I said drone. Yeah, I mean drone, like in the sense of like you know how like doom metal and stuff like that has like a droney nature to it, or even black metal for that matter. Just that really like mesmerizing, sort of like wavy soaring melody. Mwah. In the middle of the song, there was like a conversation happening in the background. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but it adds to that thing that I said at the start, which is like I'm getting this theme that we've walked into a scene. There's a scene unfolding. We don't quite know what it is yet or what's happening, but you're like hearing it from like the next room or something like that. And then at the end, that really soaring like melody that was happening, I couldn't quite tell if it was a guitar that was just really like echoey and like reverb, or if it was a synth, but it sounded beautiful. It was amazing. Um, I love that track as well. And if anything, the fact that it is a kind of sidestep to the tracks we heard before, I kind of love that it's like a breath, like we get a breath, because if they just gone bang, 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 yeah, very multi-genre. I love it. I don't know what genre you'd call this, but I love it. Yeah, awesome. I'm so glad for the suggestion. So far, this is killing me. Okay, so the next song is called 451 Days. Now, I wonder what the significance of 451 Days is, because, right, I'm a big-time Tool fan, and, you know, they had the album 10,000 Days and the song 10,000 Days, and that's supposedly the amount of days that the singer's mother suffered with, like, an illness before she was, I guess, finally able to pass away. So I wonder what the significance of 451 Days is to Loathe. But yeah, I'm going to keep it going because this is gorgeous. I'm loving it. This is 451 Days. Okay, okay. Yeah. I can already see the elements that they wanted to expand on in that next album being all instrumental. Just they're really good at that ambient sound, that droning, like, well, maybe not so drony there, although that screeching guitar or whatever it was in the background. Hey, Rebecca, by the way. I hope so. It's absolutely cold. Yeah, it's we skipped spring in Melbourne. We just skipped it. It just never happened. There was some flowers. Yeah. Well, welcome, guys. If anyone's new here, we do album reacts, first time listening to things. Today we're doing Loathe, which was requested on my YouTube videos from the Sleep Token reacts. Which, if you like Sleep Token and you want to see someone hearing Sleep Token for the very first time, check out my YouTube link in bio. They've been really popular, like much more popular than I ever expected, and it's been wonderful. And this Loathe were like heavily requested, and I see why. Yeah. Okay. The other thing I wanted to add is, once again, continuing that theme of like we're in a scene where something is taking place throughout the course of this album. There was another conversation happening. Couldn't make out really what they were saying, but this time to me, it sounded like a radio or a TV. I get more TV than I get radio, as if you were in a waiting room at a hospital, or maybe you're in a house where someone else is watching something. There's an element of, I don't want to say horror, but like there's a definitely negative undertone happening. Like it's not a comfortable place that we're in. Yeah, it almost makes me think back to being a kid and like your dad was mad or something and was watching TV and you're just like quietly there or whatever. Yeah, beautiful. Have you ever listened to Enforcer? No. Actually, I've never heard of Enforcer before. But the comments make it to the YouTube video, and I watch them back when I edit them and stuff. So that's added to the list. I've definitely got a bit of a list going. So hey, anyone in YouTube comments right now, if you like the band Enforcer, leave a comment and let me know, and we'll listen to them. Okay. Once again, because it's instrumental, not too much more to add. Just, I guess, the themes that I was getting is what's important there. Awesome. Okay. This next song is called New Faces in the Dark, which definitely sounds a bit creepy. Metal band? Sweet. I definitely come from a metal background, I know there's always like that debate with like Sleep Token. Are they metal? Are they not? I just like elements of heaviness and distortion and stuff like that in music. I think it's great. Yeah, okay. Thanks for joining. We're at track number 6, and it's called New Faces in the Dark. I'm not allowed to swear. We're not allowed to swear on this stream, but I nearly did. That was awesome. That was amazing. I don't even know where to begin. Seth, how are you, mate? Mickey Mouse. Do I dare Google who Mickey Mouse is? Is this one of those lookalike things? Who dat? Who dat? Mickey Mace? Oh my god. That's not the first time someone said that. Hey, shout outs to Mickey Mace, whoever you are. Dude looks tired. Dude looks very tired, just like me. I hope he's getting some sleep out there. Is it just the tattoos? I'm not going to dig into that. It's like staring into a mirror for too long and you just start to see things that you don't want to see. Okay, yeah. Back to the song. Grooviness. That is a constant theme that I'm loving throughout this album. Groove. Lots of just slapped groove, like metal moments. There were elements there that were very Slipknot sounding, like early Slipknot, like aggressive, thrashy, very shrieked vocals, which was so cool. The clean vocals. I've put again Deftones. I'm getting a big Deftones vibe from the clean vocals, which I love. Gives it that kind of like Deftones have like a seductive thing about them, you know, like a very sensual sort of thing. And because we're going from these crazy distorted, like once again, wall of sound to like those clean, seductive vocals, I don't know, it just gives you this sort of like, what would be the word? It gives me, vulnerability, both in the aggression and in the soft moments, like pain, you know, that kind of thing. That's why I wrote, lots of desperation in the screams. There's a lot of desperation there, which I love, especially when he really shrieks at those like higher pitched ones. And then that part near the end of the song where it just sounded like they basically had like loose guitar strings just like dangling, and they were just like hitting them almost like a percussive instrument. That was sick. That might be, so far I liked Aggressive Evolution, Broken Vision Rhythm. I did like Two-Way Mirror a lot. No, I've liked them all actually, to be honest. Yeah, New Faces in the Dark. That's on the list. That is on the list. Loved it. I really see why people have highly recommended this band. Yeah. Actually, some of the vocals sometimes gave me like Vor or Gods thing feels from Sleep Token, which is just like tickles that need that I have. Yeah, loved it. How many songs are left? I don't want this album to be over. Still, we're only halfway. Awesome. Okay. So next up we got a song called Screaming. Welcome in if you're new here. Sorry if you've heard this a million times, but my name is Danny, or my artist name is Saint Slime. We do music reviews, and this is my first time ever listening to Loathe, period. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Thanks for the likes, Velvet. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone else is well in chat. Let's get stuck into it. Next song is called Screaming. Okay, I got that wrong. That song wasn't Screaming. That song was Red Room. I apologize. Um, that might be my favorite song so far. Just letting you know that song is Red Room, not Screaming. My bad. My bad. You're right. Um, that was incredible. That I wrote power violence adjacent. I also want to put nails in there. Power violence is like this genre of like metal. I wouldn't know. I would probably butcher it trying to describe it, but it's that similar. Like there's death metal elements, there's hardcore elements, there's groove, and then there's like a lot of just like it's intense. It's all about being intense and aggressive and like really violent sounding, which I guess is why it's in the name. And one of my favorite bands of all time ever, which is a power violence band called Nails, which I should do a Nails react on this stream, but hey, we'll maybe get there one day. Yeah, I was expecting that to be an instrumental because of how it started. It had that ambience that they've been doing, but then it just the and the drums. I wrote the drums are distorted. The drums were like fizzling in your ear, like they've been like cranked, like the microphone's like too loud or something, too high. I think that's my favorite. I might have heard that song before, but I didn't recognize it when I heard it just then. The sound of rain, once again, in the background. I don't know if it was white noise or rain. Does it even matter? Because rain is a form of white noise, so... Lucas, thanks for liking the live. I appreciate you. Welcome. Yeah, I like that song. That's probably my favorite so far because of that nails sound. Which there's not many bands or sounds that like actually tickle that nails hunger for me. And that did, that's why it's immediately on my like songs, because that just nice pickups. I agree. Yeah, just I almost want to listen to that song again, but I'll do it off stream. What else is there to add to that? Vocals incredible, wall of sound incredible, the violent aspect incredible, and then just ending it with that weird like industrial sound of like something clanging. Like what scene are we in? Where are we and what is happening? I still don't know. I wonder if that's going to get resolved. Laura, how are you? Good to see you. Have you ever listened to Loathe? Oh, I can see Karomi's back there. Oh, where is she? That's Karomi. Also, Rock Lee. Thought I'd put them there for you guys. You know, we're upping the production value here. Yeah, nothing more to add. That's my favorite song so far. That was incredible. Loved it. Just loved it. Just awesome. All right, guys, let's keep going. This next song is called, correctly this time, Screaming. Wow. Once again, I just don't know where to land with this group. Like that had that constant driving. I wrote rock beat. That constant driving rock beat throughout it. They went places, but they always came back to that like driving rock part, which was just considering we just listened to Red Room. The difference between Red Room and that still has all those elements, like the tonal elements and like all that kind of stuff, but like, mm. I wrote I love his vocals with a million exclamation marks because wow, that Deftonesy, and then he screams. Any fans in chat? Could you tell me? Is it the same vocalist doing the screams and the singing? I see there are 5 piece. Definitely hearing 2 guitars, a bass, and drums. Juso, welcome, welcome. Yeah, if anyone, yes, I believe. I'm actually gonna quickly look it up. I don't like to do lots of research when I do these like first listens, but I want to just look it up. I want to confirm. Where do you see Kadeem France lead vocals, and then one of the guitarists does backing vocals as well as lead? Huh. So they switch up maybe? I wonder if I'm hearing 2 people, or yeah, if they like play off each other or something like that. Huh. Electra, okay. Because it could just be backing vocals, like that the guitarist does. Um, yeah, love that song. It was a brilliant little detour from Red Room. Just the range that the band has is insane. Love it. I think the main vocalist does the screaming. Right. I don't know why I'm always asking this question, but I just want to know because like it's a lot of vocal work to be able to like scream, especially like that, and then sing. Just insane. Um, Loved it. It was a very strong song. Like, definitely would return to. I'm only not putting a star on it because I can't star every song, or else the point of the star system is like mute. I don't know the word. Um, yeah, that little soft bit at the end, which kind of goes into the next song, which I recognize the name of this song. I think we're having our moment. Maybe check out some performance after to confirm. Yeah, maybe we'll watch a video. We'll do like a bonus little video at the end of it. Or maybe I'll save the videos for the video stream like I did with Sleep Token. But yes, speaking of Sleep Token, this next song is called Is It Really You? Which I know is a song that Sleep Token cover and do an amazing job of, but I've never heard the original. So we're having a full circle moment. Hopefully people who are watching this video or tuning into the live who've been following from the Sleep Token streams, yeah, we get to do this together, finally. We get to experience this. All right, let's do it. So this next song is called Is It Really You? I'm actually genuinely excited for this one. All right, Is It Really You by Loathe. Yeah, I tried to show you guys, but like it made the hair stand up on my arms, um, and goosebumps. Um, Firstly, Olivia, Denny, I hope you're well. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. We're getting there. It's been a rough like 4 months to be honest, but we're still hopeful. We're still getting somewhere. I hope you're well too. Hope everyone in chat's well. Um, where do I start? Okay, so because I'd heard the cover before, there was a single element in a myriad of elements that I was already expecting, which was like the vocals, I guess, right? Because I know how the song goes. It still surprised me. It's so tonally, I should say it the other way. Sleep Token's version is so tonally similar as far as the vocals, um, the the soaring nature of it. Let's search the skies. Um, which I think Sleep Token did an incredible job of capturing the feel of that song while also making it their own. I don't want to compare them in a sense of what I like more because I like both of them. I really, really, really liked that song. I was gonna say that version, but the original. Um, the wavy synths they're very wavy at the start, very like rounded, but then they just became more and more sharper as the song went on. Um, I wrote the rise and the fall because the way it would soar, like I said, it would soar and soar and soar and soar, and then they'd catch it and bring you back down to just like simple, clean guitars and clean little drum beats, and then build it up again. There's like an ebb and flow to that song. Um, Almost feels sadder than Sleep Token's version. Um, I didn't write many notes because I was just so enthralled, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to add. It was beautiful. That was beautiful, and a little heavier maybe, and I like that. I like the heaviness of it. Kind of brought out a different tone. I keep saying tone, but that's all I can really think of right now. Um, that was beautiful. That's definitely, I see why Sleep Token chose to cover that song. Sorry, microphone. Yeah, I see why they chose to cover that song because that was beautiful. I loved it. I don't have any more notes. I just loved it. Everything I said, I stand by. Awesome. We've only got one, two, three. We've got 5 songs left, which is kind of sad because I'm actually loving this. But hey, that's all my thoughts on Is It Really You? Beautiful song. I love both versions. Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be the first album react that I don't cry on stream, chat. Do you think it's possible? Do you think we could do it? I'm a bit of a sensitive soul. Yeah, amazing. Okay, this next song is called Gourd, which I'm getting a sneaking suspicion it might be a little bit heavy. I feel like I've heard this song before, but like I had that other song that I heard before, I didn't recognize it when it came on. Maybe like past me when he heard it and was like, hey, don't listen to it. Save it for the live stream. Okay, yeah, welcome guys, welcome. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves in chat. Let's move on to the next song, which is called Gourd. Okay, so I did have that song liked. I can see now that there's actually a couple of songs liked. So I have heard that song before, but like I said, I haven't listened to I probably listened to it once and liked it because I saved it for this stream. That was amazing. Once again, I didn't write it this time. Hey, Jord, what's good, mate? Do you like Parkway? I love Parkway. Do you know this is showing my age right now? But I saw Parkway Drive when their first album came out um, in a mechanics hall in a town called Somerville, play to probably 70 to 100 people. I'm like OG Parkway fan. But to be fair, I haven't listened to Parkway Drive in many years, so I haven't heard. I think they've got like 2 or 3 albums since I've listened to them. Don't know why. I don't listen to a lot of hardcore these days. I used to sing in a death metal band. Well, it was like deathcore and then a death metal band. Um, so I was playing shows and stuff like that. I got to play a show with the Red Shore. I don't know if you're a fan of the Red Shore, but I actually still have my all access pass from when we played with them, which is one of my like greatest memories. But now I just sound like one of those like washed up rock stars. um, yeah, incredible. It was dark, like that intro, that doom, no, no, which is very doom metal, which I wrote. Dissonant again. There's constant dissonance through this album, and I love it. The shrieking, uncomfortable, violent nature. Just says I've only ever seen them live once, maybe like 12 years ago, but it was incredible. There you go. So you're OG fan as well, George. Yeah, Parkway Drive. They were the kings. They're like the kings of metalcore for like pretty much, as far as I was concerned at that time. Um, the song constantly drove forwards. It just constantly, like anytime it was about they did that catch thing, it just picked up again with like a intense beat. Um, yeah, and I didn't write it, but nails. Once again, I get a little bit of a power violence vibe from that song, and it just tickles my ears in the best way. Um, yeah, amazing, amazing. Do you like any metal music with like electronic synths incorporated into it? I'm not really into that. I'm not really into metal, but I always enjoy when bands use it. Yes. So my first ever streams doing this live React stuff, which I post to YouTube, by the way, everyone, if you want to go check out any of like first time hearing Sleep Token, first time hearing Ethel Kane, and we're going to be doing a lot more. Go there and leave a comment about who you want to hear. But um, like I'd say Sleep Token are one of those bands that are like a metal band that use synths. Loathe have used a lot of synths in this album. I definitely do. I feel like sometimes synths can be very hit or miss, and that probably goes with like the fact that I like produce music, and so whenever I'm trying to like write a song with synths, it's like 2/3 of the work is actually in picking the sound that you want, because some synths can sound very synthy, you know, and so some metal bands I don't like so much when they use synths. But as far as like in the vein of Sleep Token, Loathe, can't really think of any other examples of bands that I like that use synths that are like this anyway. I love synth music, like retro wave and stuff like that. But yeah, it can be hit or miss. It can be very hit or miss. Um, yeah, what else is there to add to that? What else is there to add? Um, Gord, love it. See why I've liked it. I love your answer. Thank you. Pleasure, man. It's a good question, so thanks. Um, yeah, sick, sick, awesome. Loved it. I don't have any more thoughts. I think the next song, which has a tick on it as well, so maybe I have heard more Loathe than I thought I did. It's a long song name. Okay, interesting phrase too, because you know normally that phrase is like heavy is the head that wears the crown, um, but heavy is the head that falls with the weight of 1,000 thoughts. As somebody who suffers from OCD, can relate, can heavy relate. Thanks for the likes, by the way, if there's any that I missed, and everyone that's tuning in. I hope you're enjoying. We've got 4 more songs left, and this song is called Heavy as the Head That Falls with the Weight of 1,000 Thoughts. That made me shiver. I'm not gonna lie. Jay, hello, Jay. It's one of my favorite people on earth. How are you? How's things? What a pleasant surprise to see your name in the chat. That's lovely. Um, okay, gotta stop getting distracted by pretty girls in chat. Okay, that might be, honestly, my favorite track so far. I just went back and had a look at all the songs with stars next to them. It's like nearly every song, which says a lot. Like, come on, is it really you gets a star? It gets a star. We gotta. Okay, where do I even begin to analyze that song? So, I wrote a death metal slash black metal ish intro. Let's just say blackened death. And then it just really kicked into like a blackened death sound. And what I mean by like the defining sound for me with like a lot of black metal influence is really hypnotic guitars, very drony and just like that. Really, it's like hypnotizing, you know. I wrote mesmerizing melody. I probably would change that to hypnotizing. Same thing. Didn't System of a Down do a thing with that? Hypnotize and mesmerize. The distorted bass that keeps showing up on this album. I love a good distorted bass. It's just so chunky and heavy and I wrote the screams are so effing good. We've done really well not swearing on this stream, which is amazing. The screams, his screams are satisfying. They're so throaty and like aggressive, and he sounds so angry, you know? And then also like having like low growls with really high shrieked vocals. Loved it. The way the chorus matches the drum beat, I wrote because I can't remember the rhythm right now. I'd have to listen to that song a few more times. But that heavy is the like every time the drums punched is when he said a word, you know, and it's a long phrase, and so he made it like match really well. I wrote an out of tune choir, like at the end there was like a choir sound, not like a full church choir, but just like a group of people singing, and they were out of tune with each other, and it sounded sick. Yeah, and then I wrote seriously pretty guitar outro. You're gonna do that to me? You're gonna give me the full depth of the human experience in one song? Who do you think you are? I think that's my favorite so far on the album. This band is a lot heavier than I expected. I don't know what I expected, but they're a lot heavier than I expected. Much heavier than Sleep Token, but I can still see thematically why people like both bands. Yeah, nothing else to add to that. That was just awesome, so heavy. So the next song is called A Sad Cartoon, and then there's also A Sad Cartoon Reprise. I think we might, for this one, do both those songs back to back. Yeah. Do you think that's the move? Do you think that's the move? I've got a feel. I got a feeling I should, so I'm gonna run with that feeling. That's what we're gonna do. A sad cartoon plus reprise. Yeah, more emotional. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Oh, I'm kind of sad to be getting near the end of this album, to be honest, guys. But not all good things last. It's kind of sad. Anyway, yeah, let's move on, shall we? We've still got 3 tracks. There's potential to cry on this stream. There is potential. I would like to break the record though. All right, guys. I hope you're all enjoying the stream. I've had a lot of fun so far. This is A Sad Cartoon and The Reprise. I'm so glad that we did Reprise following that. That feels like it's meant to be part of it. And really interesting that they separated the songs like that. I'm already hearing those like elements of the instrumental stuff they do in the album after this. Um, that they keep catching me off guard. Every song, I think I've got them pegged. Pause. I think I've got them pegged, and then they just catch me off guard. Like they had such a soaring, melodic, like almost I wrote hopeful moments. Some of the melodies and stuff were just like hopeful, like there's like peering through the darkness, like you're looking through a keyhole. It's dark inside, but you can see the sun coming through the keyhole, I like that. I like that analogy. I'm going to go with that. Once again, like I said in a previous track, the vocals are very unclear. Like they're mixed quite dirty in the mix, and I like that. I can't really make out often what he's saying or singing, but that'll just come with listening to them more and like looking at the lyrics and stuff like that. I wrote saturated singing and layered vocals. There was a bit there where they were doing like one melody, and in the background there was another like melody that was like interplaying with it, which was just awesome. And then the beautiful melodies with the chaotic buzzing. Like it's like no matter when they get a bit softer or more hopeful, they still have that dissonance. I got to go with that word. I've used it a lot, but dissonance. It's dissonant and chaotic and not clean. It's not clean. It's filthy. Yeah. That song was amazing. Like I really did not expect what we got there. That was just that was beautiful. Do I have any other thoughts to add? That little pulsing synth at the end of Reprise. Like artistic choices, guys. Yeah, I had to grab my emotional support rock just to take that in. Okay, yeah, nothing more to add to that. Impressive. Let's save my final thoughts for the end of the album. Once again, if you're new here, guys, I hope you're enjoying the show. I do these album reviews where we just listen to a track through so you can listen with me, and then I give my thoughts. I do post these to YouTube, and they seem to be getting a lot of love lately. So if you want to hear a musician experiencing like Sleep Token, Ethel Cain, like stuff like that, go check out my YouTube. You can find it in my link in bio, or just search Saint Slime. Yeah, this has been amazing. I've been really impressed. I definitely see why this was the most requested band from those videos. You guys do not miss. All right, let's get into the final track and also the title track of the album. Features somebody called Vincent Void, who I don't know anything about, but I'm excited. Title tracks always I like bussin', so yeah. Thanks for joining me, guys. Let's do the final track. I let it in, and it took everything. Oh, I killed the stream. Okay. I see why that's the title track, because that really captured the feeling and the sound of that album in that final track. Loved it. Really great outro. It went slower and a bit more like, it took its time a lot more than I expected. I was waiting for like a real, like, hectic moment, but it was actually just more like subtly hectic throughout the whole thing. Because I wrote, like, what did I write? The distortion. The distortion applied to those guitars is fucking crazy. I just swore. We nearly made the whole stream without swearing. No, I didn't. TikTok, I didn't stream. I said ducking. I didn't swear, rather. The distortion on the guitars, like, barely any of the original guitar tone was like making it through, which is just awesome. I wrote grooves, but I had to do it with like the weirdos because it was groovy. Screechy guitars, like that crazy shrieking that happened in the early part of the song. Just, it feels like you're just being attacked, Like there's no break. There's barely any breathing room in that song, which they did have a lot of breathing room. They were really good in this whole album at like the catch and release, or even the release and the catch, where it would just take off and go somewhere, and then they'd snatch it back and bring you back to a moment of peace or clarity, or like able to breathe in, I wrote Deftones again because of that sort of very sultry, seductive, Deftones sounding clean vocals, and the droney bits, it reminded me a lot of Deftones at like their best. Hey Eliza, what's good? Yeah. That song was great. Loved it. Great wrap up to the album. Those last 3 tracks, actually, back to back to back, are really good together. All in all, I have to say, I am so glad that you guys introduced me to this band, because this album is going to be on repeat. I know it because I love it. It was heavier than I expected, and in a great way. Just tonally, they're so all over the place, and so just like at 1 or 2 points progressive, but more technical, like almost math metal elements in there. Yeah, incredible. That was amazing. I love that album. I'm going to be listening to it on repeat. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I think my favorite was Heavy is the Head That Falls with the Weight of 1,000 Thoughts. But because there were so many elements to this album, it was my favorite heavy song. My favorite was it Two-Way Mirror? No. What was my favorite less heavy track? God, they're all heavy. A Sad Cartoon was great. Is It Really You? I mean, Is It Really You is like the GOAT. That's why Sleep Token covered it. So loved that. Doesn't count though. Yeah, Heavy is the Head That Falls with the Weight of 1,000 Thoughts, and maybe it might have been New Faces in the Dark. Or even Two-Way Mirror, actually, because of that ballad feel, although I didn't put a star next to it. I can't star every track. Yeah. Damn. Well, that was amazing. While we do the outro of this stream, I'm going to take it a moment to just put on in the background my latest song that I released. Because I would be completely remiss, chat, if I didn't plug myself. If you're watching from the YouTube, I want to say thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this, please hit subscribe, help my channel grow. Leave a comment on what your favorite track is, as well as a comment if you have a recommendation. I'm building up a list of bands. They played almost the entire album. Oh, sorry, I saw them live a couple of weeks ago, Jurassic says, and it was one of the best performances I've ever seen. They played almost the entire album. That would be incredible. I would love to see that album in its entirety. Jurassic, that was incredible. Like, I'm really impressed. immediately going to be in rotation. Yeah, so leave a comment on my YouTube about leave a comment in the comments if you have a band you'd like me to listen to. I'm building a list. We're sort of sorting them by most popular. If you like this format, if you like this stream and you're watching live right now, go check out my YouTube. We've got a lot more album reviews on there. Don't forget to hit subscribe and stuff. And if you kind of like what you're hearing right now, it's no Loathe, it's no Sleep Token, but I am a musician, a solo musician. I go by the name Saint Slime, st.slime, and I make music like this. So you should go check me out. Go give me a follow on your favorite platform. You can also check the link in my bio if you just want a quick way to get to my YouTube or to Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you went and gave me a like, gave me a follow, hit subscribe, hit comment. Have we done all of the self-promotion? What else to say? I'm going to be doing these a lot more regularly. I know it's been a bit of a break since the last album review, but I really want to get back into streaming. This stream was kind of late at night, and normally we do it much earlier. So for like my American viewers, I will try and fix that schedule going forward. I just really wanted to get this out of my system. So yeah. Everyone in chat, you've been amazing. Everyone in the comments, please keep leaving me like lovely comments. I love opening my YouTube app and seeing like a notification where someone said something sweet or told me their favorite song or whatever it might be. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I loved it. I'm so glad to be sitting back in this chair, and I will post in my stories as well as create a live event for when we're going to go live next. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to come join us for the lives, we go live on TikTok. Same username, just Slime Sucks. Check me out, hit follow. You'll get notifications for when I'm going to go live and you can join us. Hey, Jurassic, thanks for the follow. Speaking of, yeah. All right, you guys have been awesome. I've got to go make some food and edit 300 photos. So wish me luck, chat. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great night. Wherever you are, great night or day. Take care of yourselves. Be good. And if you can't be good at it. Hey, I made that last the whole song. I got this. Take care, guys. Be good.